All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Week number 9, Sunday Night Football. We got the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Buffalo Bills. Right now, Cincinnati sitting at 2.5-point favorites at home. The total's up there at 50.5. In today's video, I do have a spread pick as well as 2 player props that I want to jump into for today's video. So very excited to do that, guys. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. You guys have been absolutely crushing it as of late. And before we do get into the game, I want to talk to you about Sleeper. If you guys have not tried out Sleeper yet, now is the time to do so. They have 2 free squares for you. One in this game, Josh Allen over 0.5 passing yards, and then another free square, Justin Herbert for Monday Night Football over 0.5 passing yards. If you haven't tried out Sleeper yet, now is the time to do so. Get these free squares and 100% of your first deposit matched if you use the link in the pinned comment. Guys, you could literally throw in $100. Sleeper's gonna reluctantly go, here's $100 more. You and now have an account balance of $200. You can put in $20, you'll get 40, right? Go ahead and check out Sleeper, guys. Link in the pinned comment. Now, in terms of this game here, Cincinnati, like I said, is favored. They are 4-3 on the year. Against the spread, 3-3-1, and then at home, they are 2-1. Buffalo, sitting at 5-3 on the season. They are 1-2 on the road and 3-5 against the spread. I was a little bit surprised to see Cincinnati come in as favorites. I'll be completely honest. But that being said, they're heating up now. Obviously, you don't want to put too much weight into that Arizona win, but that kind of started this trend, right? Arizona win, and then they scrounge one out against Seattle, and then look good against San Francisco. A beaten and bruised San Francisco, but nonetheless still beating a San Francisco team. Buffalo has won 2 of their last 3 games, but their competition right now has not looked all that great. They lose to the Patriots, then they beat Tampa Bay. It's like big whoop. But that being said, this Cincinnati team, I do think is good. I do think they're hitting the stride just like they have done in years past too. The later on the season it gets, they look a little bit better. But I think we're forgetting that this Buffalo team is good. Is a very good team, and that offense is really good. I mean, ranked 3rd offensively DVOA metrics this season. So obviously that's them compared to their opponents and whatnot. They're number 2 in the pass game, number 10 in the rush game, and I do think that this is a spot in which they can kind of expose what this Cincinnati team does well. So I guess expose probably isn't the word, but counter. This Cincinnati defense is not very good, but they do excel in the pass defense. And also you could say, getting to the quarterback and that type of thing. Like, they do have a good pass rush, but I'm not ready to buy into this defense whatsoever. This is a good offensive line for the Bills, allowing the 2nd fewest sacks. So they should be able to temper that top 10 sack defense and defensive line from the Bengals here, right? QB hits, the Bengals are tied for 4th. That sounds really great. The Bills here, 2nd in terms of preventing that. So I like this spot for what the Bengals do well. The Buffalo Bills say, hey, settle down. We're going to hinder that just a little bit. And then it becomes a football game of really who is the better team. And I think that is going to be Buffalo. So if you haven't picked up on that yet, I do like Buffalo here, plus the 2.5 points. I don't mind them on the money line. I don't know if the value's totally there, though. Plus 115. I might want to take those 2.5 points, but it's not a field goal, right? So you're really only assuming that you'll get those 2.5 points and win if they go and lose by 1. Other than that, you might as well look at them on the money line. So keep an eye in the pinned comment. We'll distinguish whether or not we're going with the spread or the money line, but this had opened up at, I believe it opened up at 1.5. It's all the way up to 2.5. So if people are drinking the Bengals Kool-Aid right now, we could see a spread that may be a field goal by game time. So if it gets to 3, that's what we're taking. We'll take the points. If not, we might roll with the money line there. Again, for plus 115 over on MGM is your best value right now. Now, before we go and get into the player props, I do want to talk to you about the tool that we're using to find these player props, guys. It is Outlier. You've heard me talk about them on the channel plenty because it is my favorite sports betting research tool. If you can understand that green means good and red means bad, then you can profit with Outlier. 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment. So let's go ahead and jump into our first pick here. James Cook Longest rush over 12.5. Like I said, the good thing about this defense on the Bengals side of things is their pass defense. When it comes to rushing, I'm not very, afraid of that. Allowing the 28th most yards in the entire league here. Both these teams struggle, and you'll see with our next player prop as well. Both these teams struggle at containing the running backs. Now, I don't mind his rush yards here at over 48.5. I actually really do like that. That being said, there has been running back news. Leonard Fournette joins the team. I don't know his true involvement. Is he going to steal a couple carries? I'm not sure. You're already looking at Cook, which I say only, it's still good, but only rushes, less than half of the time in terms of carries for this team. So I'm going with his longest rush. I think that he breaks one out against this Bengals defense. If we flip over and look at what the Bengals have done, this is their last game against San Francisco. Both Purdy and McCaffrey hit the over here. Kenneth Walker 2 weeks ago hits it. 3 games ago for them, Connor and Moore both crushed this line. So I do think James Cook, he's going to have one where he breaks off. And we don't even need him to break it off that much, right? 13? I'll take that all day long. Now, like I said, I don't mind his rush yards over 48.5 either. I just think that, if he even loses a little bit of carry, it could make a big deal, I guess. So I'm more comfortable with him. Literally, he could do this on his first rush of the game, right? Second player prop here, we're sticking in the running back category, but I'm looking at Joe Mixon. This is a guy that obviously, he's hit this in 4 of his last 5 games here, just barely, but 2 of his last 3, he has been absolutely crushing it. Seattle, that was a messy game. Didn't really have the juice there either, but Buffalo, and we could flash this up. This is yards per game to the running backs, right? Buffalo and the Bengals right here within the top 10. Bengals allowing 94.1, and the Bills right behind them, 93.1. So this is a Buffalo team that, yes, they have that defensive identity, but they're winning games on offense lately and not playing the best of defense. So I think Joe Mixon can get out to this line early here. And what I really like is, again, I'm a big volume guy. Over 70, almost 76% of this team's carries are him. And what's crazy, this is how much trust they have in him, right? 95.5% of the carries in the red zone have come via Joe Mixon too. So not that red zone will matter for yards, but it just kind of shows that this is a damn near one back team, right? And again, he's been crushing it as of late. If he gets the carries, I think that we're looking at an easy one here. You could see he's had a couple games in which he rushed a bunch, right? This is 25 rush attempts, 16 over here, 19. Wouldn't you know it, those are the ones that he hits this over. So it's going to come down to a volume thing for him. But again, I like Joe Mixon's over 62.5 rushing yards. In terms of odds for that, best odds right now, -111 on Caesars. We'll keep you updated on the pinned comment. Then James Cook over 12.5 longest rush. That's -130 over on DraftKings. And then Buffalo Bills, we may be looking at, the +2.5. We may be looking at money line. We'll keep an eye out on the pinned comment. We'll keep you guys updated with all of those guys. And make sure you do go ahead and check out Outlier. One last shout out to them. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Any changes or anything like that, again, that pinned comment is the Bible. You can trust anything that is in there, but those are the 3 plays that we're locking in for Sunday Night Football. Keep an eye out for the Monday Night Football video and all of the other videos we have on the channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one, right? Peace out.